Hi, I just wanted to give you a little bonus to have a really life experience of what life is like working with me. So, and my brother. So, if you want to join our momentum coaching group, let's go through a little exercise. When I talked to you in the webinar, we talked about making a true choice, a heart's choice, an end result of what it is that you wanted. And stepping into the emotions and feelings of that. So let's take that a little further. Did you write it down? Did you write down what it is that's in your heart? When I start working with people, I usually want to start working with the 4 basic orientations that we have. And that is, I choose to live the life that I love. Or I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life, or I choose health and vitality, or I choose to live my true nature and purpose. But out of all those 4, I always want to start with I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. So if you want to write that down, I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. I'll just give you a moment to write that down. And as you're writing it, I want you to think about that. What would that mean for me? How would life look? And just hold that thought. And now that you've written that down, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to feel the feelings that it would feel like. I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. What does that feel like in your body? Does it feel scary? Does it feel exciting? Does it feel free? Does it feel joyous? Does it feel amazing? I know for me, it feels all of those things. It means that I'm in control. I can create the life of my desires. I can create the life that I love. I can create whatever it is that I want to create that's in my heart. Just because I can. Just because I have that capability, because I am a conscious creator. So really step into those feelings. Any negative feelings that come out, I want you to write those separately, because they're your resistances. They're your stories. They're all those beautiful sabotaging identities. So I don't want you to write those down, because we're not interested at those in the moment. What we're interested in is how amazing it would feel if you were that predominant creative force. My next question for you is, what would it look like? We've got how it feels. How would it look for you? When I first started doing this exercise, it looked like I would have an easy, lucrative, fun, exciting business. I would be doing what I'm doing, and I'm doing it right now. I'd be living on the water, well, not on the water, but next to the water, in a beautiful home. And I'm doing that right now. So what would it look like for you? What would it mean for you? Would it mean that you have more money than you could ever need or want? Would it mean that you can do your philanthropic work? Would it mean for you that you can be of service and still be able to live the lifestyle that you want? It doesn't matter what that lifestyle is. It doesn't matter if it's, I'm happy where I'm living now. I don't want to change anything. That's fine. That means that you're already living it, right? And you just want more. You just want more. Does it mean traveling, having holidays, doing what you want, just deciding to go away for a weekend just because you can? Does it mean all of those things? Does it mean having great relationships with other people? A loving, supportive, honest relationship with your partner? It may not be the partner you have now. It might be with someone else. You don't know. But having that, that's your choice. Not making do. That's not part of what I want you to write down, but it's about not making do. It's about what's in your heart. It's about what you want. And I want you to just write all those things down. I don't want anything that's moving away from anything. It's not fixing. I don't want any of those things in there, because that's not what this is about. This is about you getting into your heart and what your heart desires, what your soul's telling you that you want to do and be and have. And as part of choosing to be the predominant creative force in my life, I choose to have health and vitality. I choose to live my true nature and purpose. I choose to be the magnificence of who I am in every moment. And I want you to write all that down, because it's exciting. When you finish writing it down, that's your choice. That's where we're going. And now I want you to think about the things you wrote down, those resistances. I'm not good enough. It's all right for others, but not for me. You know, I grew up in a family where you have to work hard for your money, or we were never allowed to have anything, or we were really poor, or you don't understand. I had all these things happen to me in my childhood, or blah, 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 all stories that you have. And I want you to put them in a bubble and rate them out of 10, how much they're stopping you from stepping into being you. How much are they stopping you out of 10? Is it 9? Is it 7? Is it 100 out of 10? And just put them on the side. And I want you to read your choice. I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. And just look at the feelings with that. It feels amazing, doesn't it? It feels strong. It feels energetic. It feels alive. It feels vital. It feels joyous. It feels happy. It feels adventurous. It feels like I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing. I'm doing it. That's what it feels like. I don't want you to hold that. And I want to take you through a little exercise now, and let's take that even further. And I would ask that you give me permission to command your superconscious, because part of this is getting into your superconscious mind. Because we have 3 parts we talk about. First part is our subconscious or our unconscious. And we have our self-conscious, which is our conscious mind, which holds all that beautiful controlling abilities. Our unconscious, of course, does all the automatic things, holds our ego, all those beautiful identities and subpersonalities. And then we have our superconscious. Our superconscious is objective. Our superconscious is non-judgmental. It just is. And our superconscious sits in that quantum field, that unified field that surrounds us, that connects us to everybody else. And so we want to shift into that field and access all that information so that we can be objective and let go of the resistances that are holding us back. So when you're ready, I want you to close your eyes, give me permission to command your superconscious. And just stay with me as I take you through this exercise. And I want you to imagine there's this really bright light above your head, white, bright light. And I want you to bring that bright light down through the top of your head and fill up your whole body. And I want you, as you're doing that, as you're filling your whole body with that white light, I want you to say, I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. And all that that entails. And when you've done that, hold that. And fill your whole body with that choice. And superconscious, are you there? Superconscious, can you see this choice to be the predominant creative force in my life and all that that entails? The strength, the happiness, the joy, the success, the energy, the vitality, the relationships, the finances, the health, vitality, the fulfillment, and everything else that's associated with that I haven't even thought of yet. And superconscious, can you bring up into the field now all the resistances, all the stories, the emotions, the behaviors, the environments that are stopping me from stepping into that? And superconscious, can you please treat and do a massive change history and everything else, releasing those into the white light as they're ready. Releasing whatever is the predominant resistance that needs to be treated today. And superconscious, please treat it and do a massive change history and everything else. And just allowing the shifts and changes to occur. Because don't forget, we're creating new neuronal pathways in your brain. Breaking down the old structures and integrating the new ones. And superconscious, anchoring that whole new energy into my whole being, into every cell and fiber, and grounding it into the core of the earth. As I ground it into the matrix of the universe for more satisfaction in life. And this is just a really quick little process. Obviously, there's much more involved when we teach you and go through and do all the other things to help support you as you take aligned action. Because superconscious, what's the next step as I step into becoming this? What's the next step in being it? This predominant creative force. What's my action step to take? I'm just taking that and allowing that information to permeate through you and just being in allowance. It might come from someone saying something to you. You might see something in Facebook. You might read it in a paper. You might see a book. You just don't know how the information's going to arrive, but being in allowance and allowing it to come. And superconscious, ask the memory systems to tend to all the memories, grab them, strengthen and reinforce with positive emotions and positive beliefs. And just taking a big deep breath and coming back when you're ready. And just enjoying the experience, the power of becoming a conscious creator and working with your superconscious. So please enjoy the moment. Let me know how you get on after this session. And I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks so much for joining me.